Hello, my name is Kelly, and today I will be discussing 3 key concepts based on the work of Chin and Trimble, 2015, and they are the dimensions of cultural difference and the leader skill sets needed to navigate them, the multicultural and global leader dilemmas presented in Chapter 8 and how they contribute to building a more harmonious, diverse, and global society, and the components of developing high-functioning teams, including the KSA model, knowledge, skills, and awareness, and self-leader awareness. I will also explain how these 3 key concepts are connected and how they contribute to managing effective, globally diverse teams. So let's begin. First, we'll discuss dimensions of cultural difference and the leader skill sets necessary for success. Cultures around the world have different values, norms, and expectations that influence leadership. These differences are often described using cultural dimensions such as power distance, which is the degree to which people accept hierarchy and authority, individualism versus collectivism, whether people prioritize personal achievement or group harmony, uncertainty avoidance, the extent to which a society tolerates risk and ambiguity, and communication styles, whether communication is direct, which we refer to as low context, or indirect, which we refer to as high context. Effective leaders must develop key skill sets to navigate these cultural differences. They have to have cognitive flexibility, which is the ability to shift perspectives and adapt to different cultural expectations. They have to have interpersonal sensitivity, which is understanding and respecting different viewpoints. And, of course, ethical awareness, recognizing how ethics vary across cultures while maintaining personal and organizational integrity. For example, a leader in Japan, a collectivist and high-power distance culture, may need to emphasize respect for hierarchy and teamwork. Meanwhile, a leader in the U.S., an individualist and low-power distance culture, may need to encourage independence and open communication. These differences impact how leaders communicate, make decisions, and inspire their teams. Now, let's explore multicultural and global leader dilemmas. When leading across cultures, leaders face ethical and operational dilemmas because different cultures have different norms, values, and business practices. Some common dilemmas include balancing universal leadership values with culturally specific behaviors, navigating ethical conflicts. For example, a practice that is legal in one country might be considered unethical in another, and managing diverse teams with different expectations for hierarchy, communication, and decision-making. Leaders can promote a harmonious, diverse, and global society by developing cultural competence, that is, learning about different cultural expectations and adapting accordingly. They can encourage inclusive decision-making, ensure that all voices are heard regardless of their cultural background. And they can recognize ethical relativism versus universalism, which is understanding when to adapt cultural norms and when to hold firm on ethical principles. For example, a leader managing teams in both Germany and Japan may struggle with communication differences. In Germany, direct communication is valued, while in Japan, indirect communication is the norm. Without cultural awareness, a leader may misinterpret feedback or unintentionally offend team members. These dilemmas highlight the importance of cultural intelligence and adaptability in leadership. Finally, let's discuss how leaders can build high-functioning, globally diverse teams using the KSA and leader self-awareness. The KSA model emphasizes 3 key areas. First, knowledge, which is the understanding cultural differences and their impact on leadership. Skills, developing the ability to effectively collaborate across cultures. And awareness, recognizing personal biases and adjusting their behaviors accordingly. A critical part of this is leader self-awareness. Leaders who are self-aware acknowledge their own cultural biases, they adapt their leadership style based on the needs of their team, and they create psychological safety, ensuring that all team members feel valued and respected. For example, a leader who is naturally direct in communication may need to adjust when working with a team that values indirect communication. When leaders apply KSA and self-awareness, they create diverse teams that are collaborative, innovative, and high-performing. Now, let's connect these three ideas. Understanding cultural differences is the foundation of effective leadership in a global environment. When leaders recognize variations in communication styles, decision-making process, and power structures across cultures, they can anticipate challenges and adjust their approach accordingly. This allows them to apply the right leadership skills in different settings, whether that means adapting to a hierarchical structure, promoting collaboration, or adjusting communication to fit a particular context. Without this awareness, misunderstandings and conflicts can arise, making it difficult to lead effectively. As leaders navigating diverse teams, they will inevitably face ethical and operational dilemmas. These dilemmas often stem from conflicting cultural values, varying ethical standards, or differing expectations regarding leadership roles. Leaders who can recognize these challenges, such as when to adhere to local customs versus when to uphold universal ethical principles, are better equipped to make informed and culturally sensitive decisions. Successfully managing these dilemmas not only strengthens the leader's credibility, but also fosters trust and respect within diverse teams. But leadership is not just about external knowledge. It also requires a deep self-awareness. By developing knowledge, skills, and awareness, the KSAs, leaders can create high-functioning teams that thrive on diversity rather than struggle with it. Self-awareness allows leaders to reflect on their own biases, recognize their strengths and weaknesses, and adjust their leadership style based on the needs of their team. When leaders practice self-awareness and apply KSA principles, they create environments where team members feel valued, understood, and empowered to contribute their best work. Together, these concepts create a roadmap for leading in a globally diverse world. By applying these principles, leaders can go beyond simply managing diversity. They can leverage diversity as a strength. This leads to more inclusive, high-performing teams where members from different backgrounds feel respected, heard, and motivated to collaborate effectively. Ultimately, leaders who embrace diversity remain ethically aware and continuously develop their self-awareness. They will be the ones who drive success in today's interconnected world. So to summarize, today we discussed the dimensions of cultural difference and the leader skill sets required for success, common multicultural and global leader dilemmas and how leaders can navigate them, as well as the importance of KSA and leader self-awareness in developing high-functioning teams. As organizations become increasingly global, leaders must develop cultural competence, ethical sensitivity, and adaptive strategies to succeed. Thank you for viewing my presentation. I look forward to your thoughts and feedback.